So that was probably the most stressful game that I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah,
It was
talk
like,
about highs and lows, dude.
dude, highs and lows, man. Like going into it,
Hmm.
I'll be honest, like I put on a big front, like I wasn't worried about the Bills. They were the scariest team going into it.
Guaranteed.
And then we got them and I was like, okay, like we have to either nut up or shut up. At least it's through Denver,
Right.
but it's still scary to play Josh Allen in the fucking playoffs.
Yep.
But then we started hot. We had a good opening series,
Hmm.
if I remember
Good first
correctly.
half, dude. Great
Good
first half.
Yeah, good first half,
Yeah.
and then the way we ended it with the turnover, we got the field goal, the turnover, and then the touchdown, or was it the touchdown, turnover, and then field goal?
Yeah, I think it was, well, we
Yeah,
intercepted it or fumble. It was a fumble. Yeah. And
yeah,
then yeah, and then I think we scored a touchdown, then we scored a
right.
field goal right before half. Yep.
So it's like we had all the momentum, and I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, we're gonna blow these guys out. This is
Just
great."
like they did to us last year.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
another thing is we were overcoming last year's, like, kind of
Hmm.
like facing our demon, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I was like, "Okay, fuck yeah, like, we've got the momentum, we're gonna go." And then they started coming back, and I was like, "Okay, well,
Dude,
here
you
we
know
go
what?
again, another Bronco game where we had to bite our fingernails the whole fucking time."
But at the end of the day, man, we fucking got the dub. And that's, I think whoever won that game, even with Bo being out now, I think is going to the Super Bowl. I mean,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I really truly think, like, I think we even talked about it. That was way better. The Bills are going to play us harder than anyone else. I mean, the Pats are good, the Texans are good. Obviously, actually, Texans are played like shit. It looked rough, but I feel like that was CJ Stroud, dude. He
No,
looked
100%
so
'cause their
bad.
defense looked good.
Yeah,
'Cause didn't their
yeah,
defense have, like, 3 or 4 turnovers
yeah,
yesterday?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
what's
like
crazy.
I know, I know. Well, yeah. We'll see, 'cause I yesterday was funny because I was like, I want the Patriots," for a lot of reasons. One, I just don't like the Patriots, and I wanna whoop their ass,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And the other reason is Wilden. I wanna beat Wilden, you know
of
what I mean, and
course.
talk shit to
Yeah,
Wilden.
yeah.
But I also
Boston,
genuinely thought, like, we have a better chance against the Pats than we did the Texans, and then watching the game yesterday, I'm like, "Damn." There's, like, parts of the Pats that are a little scary, bro. There's, like they have elements of their
for sure.
game that's like, you know what I
I
mean? It
mean,
kinda plays well into our game, I think, you know what I
mhm.
mean? But we'll see.
Yeah, I think the big like I would say the what we needed to work on from what I took is like James Cook ran all over us, and which is really odd because we usually stop the run like really well. I think we're second in the league with uh ranked against the run. And I mean, but James Cook is sharp, dude. He's
Hmm,
sharp. I mean, he's a stud.
yeah,
But that's definitely something that Vance Joseph and Peyton need to look at and be like, hey, because the Pats have Ramondre Stevenson, who's kind of a stud, and then they have that rookie Henderson. But if you look at their stats against Texans, which is also a good defense, they didn't go off. Like, I think Stevenson ran for like 35, maybe 40 yards, maybe 50, but and Henderson only ran for like 20. And I know because I have that dude, parlay, and he shat the bed. But I really think if we shut down the run, uh, the O line for either the Texans defense and Broncos defense is very similar.
yeah,
And we have pass rushers that can get to Drake May. And he clearly, I mean, he didn't look great. He didn't play great. They barely pulled it off, dude. If
totally.
it wasn't for their defense, they wouldn't have been able. I mean, obviously, you can say that about us because, we had 4 turnovers. Let's go. Broncos D showed up like always. But Bo played pretty damn good, dude. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns, I think like 260 yards and 1 interception, which was just a bad on him. But like overall, dude, played really well. And I think it was just the conservative play calling in the third quarter that
Mhm.
we always do for some reason. The screen passes that on first and second down, the
I know.
running, it's just like, dude, we gotta do more play action rollouts. We gotta sling it more. And it shows, bro. We
Well,
have the talent.
In that first opening drive, bro, we were aggressive and it paid
Mhm.
off. And then the
100%.
very first, and then the very first drive that we had in the second half, to your point, we were conservative and it
Yep,
didn't play out well. And
yep.
then we did the same thing the very next fucking drive. We played it conservative and we did those silly little dump offs, hoping that we're going to get something. And it's like, I mean, at this point, I would imagine that defenses and defensive coordinators have been looking at us all year. We run that play all the time. It's not like we're doing anything new, so they're going to sniff it out
I
every
mean,
time.
here's my thing with it though is like obviously Sean Payton is the head coach for a reason. These guys have so many analytics, they have so much data, they're football people. So it's like it's hard for us as just fans and just people to watch a game to really have some skin in it and just be like, dude, that was a horrible play call. But I think because when it does work, we have seen those plays go for 10, 15, 20 yards if they're done right against the right matchups.
Yeah.
And if you do a screen pass on first down or even second down and you're trying to kill the clock, and that's probably what Sean Payton was trying to do was kill the clock
Yeah,
because
but
we had the momentum. I'm with you, bro. I think we should have just kept slinging it, but I think that was probably why. Um, they were probably just trying to run the clock out. I mean, dude, what the Bills took 7 minutes in that fourth quarter.
I
It was
know.
a 7 minute drive, and
I
that
know.
was like, dude, I'm sure that's what we were trying to accomplish, and it just, you know, didn't work out in our favor at that time, but clearly we figured it out, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Dude, well, man, I mean, honestly, like, one thing that I really appreciated was the fact that the refs let us play. That was huge.
100%.
They missed a lot of holding calls against us.
Mhm.
I know that, like, I've been on social media all day, and
Mhm.
all I'm watching is people bitch about the interception, whether it was an interception or if it was a catch. Dude, miss me with
100% interception, bro.
easily easy, bro.
I
I'm not
will
even hearing it. I'm
I
not even hearing it from the Bills people.
Yep.
Go ahead, I'll let you articulate your thoughts, but to see
No, here's the thing, dude. There was 2 PIs at the end of the game after we had both had because we were watching the game together. We had both had said that the refs are letting them play, like, good on the refs. And you
hold
know what? They they missed a maybe questionable pass interference call on Riley Moss, maybe, okay? But, like, at the end of the day, man, like, they were letting them play the whole game. I saw false starts on Buffalo's end. I saw fucking holding and pass interference before that that wasn't called. And I think, first off, the refs have an impossible job, dude. In that environment, at those high stakes, both teams are playing their fucking lights out. They're trying their hardest to play. But pound for pound, bro, it's pass interference. Like it was what it was. I think the second one, I mean, dude, it was clear as
they were
day.
all
He
pass
was
interference,
grabbing his
bro.
arms, dude.
He
I mean,
literally grabbed Mim's arm
yeah, you
and
can't.
then threw a fit about it. But I was referring to when Allen threw that or he threw the ball, the guy caught it, I think it was Cooks, caught the ball, they're going to the
Oh,
ground,
yep.
and we end up with the ball.
He never had
He
possession,
never
dude.
had possession.
He never had
And
possession, and
here's the other
yeah,
thing that I wanna call out, dude, is, like, I'm just hearing a bunch of these fans talk about how it was a catch and yada, yada, yada. All the people, all the announcers, all the experts, everybody's saying that it was an interception. So you can sit there and you can moan and groan and bitch and this and that, and, like, Dave Portnoy's out here talking about how it was a catch and how he feels bad for the Bills and da 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 da.
what's the
Interception. It was an interception, and it was clear as day. You can make all the noise you want, and on top of that, they they didn't get called for a fucking holding call on that same drive
right.
earlier on, and it would have ended up being a safety for us anyway,
Yeah,
and that screwed
totally.
us because had they called the safety in overtime, we would have won the game and Bo wouldn't have gotten hurt. So
Wow.
we're the ones that got the shit
Yeah,
end of the stick.
totally.
So they can bitch all they want, but at the end of the day, like, we won the game. It was a it was an interception by everyone's standards except for these fans like us.
Dude, and that's what hurts the most. What one last thing before I get to my next point is like, Gene Steratore even called it in real time. He's like, "No, that's an interception. He
Totally.
played it out for us. That's the ref." Tony Romo, as much, you wanna say about Tony Romo, they all were in agreeance, bro. And it's like, I feel like in NFL games, there's been controversy calls all over the league all year. I think in the playoffs in general, they have been good. They've been a lot better, and maybe that's because everyone's just so sick of the refs controlling it a little bit. And I think for us, I mean, dude, no one knows. I mean, everyone was the Chiefs were getting the crazy calls, bro, in the
Totally.
playoffs. Like, let's just call it what it was. And that there's a reason why the Chiefs are getting so much heat. They're an amazing team. Fuck them, but they're a good team. Mahomes, Kelsey, but yeah,
It's something that you
it
have to deal with. You just have to deal with it. Sometimes it goes
totally,
your way, sometimes it doesn't go your way, and it's like
100%.
you and it's not like complaining about it, it's gonna go back in time and change it. The call's been made, the game is over,
Yep,
like, move on. You know
we
what I mean?
were a better team, and it
We
showed.
were.
And you know what?
No, but
Josh Allen, feel for the guy. Feel
totally.
for the guy, dude, because I mean, also, it's a weird thing with Josh Allen because he's a baller. The guy just can play fucking football, and he's a pretty good golfer. I love watching him play some golf. But just like those turnovers killed him, and when it matters most, where the positives of his game, where he can be aggressive and scramble and make all these crazy good plays, it also I feel like is his kryptonite because he turns the ball over, and then when the game's on the line, remember that stat that came up? It was like in overtime, he's like 0 and 6 or 0 and 7 or something, and it was like, "What? What? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Well,
That
that's what ESPN's been saying all day. They were like, "Listen, like, you can feel bad for the guy all you want, but at the end of the day, like, what matters is a quarterback that can actually get it done when it matters." And
totally,
that's what makes Tom Brady Tom Brady. That's what made John Elway John Elway. That's what makes, Mahomes Mahomes, is that when you have 2 minutes left and you need to win the game, you go down there and win the game. And there's aspects of the Allen game where he can put the whole team on his shoulders, but it's like, can he do that consistently
right.
when it matters? That's one
Well,
thing. And those turnovers, 2 of them were blatantly his fault. When he got tackled from behind and fumbled the ball, that
yeah,
was on him.
he was just running carelessly.
Exactly, and
Yep,
then one of the interceptions, not the controversial one, but the one that I can't remember at what point he threw this interception, the guy wasn't open.
right.
He had 2 defenders on him, like,
Yep.
he was forcing a play, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And,
and
like,
how many times do we people have been doubting Bo all year, but how many times has there been, runway for Bo, and we're like, he could get a few more yards or something, but he slides. He takes himself out of harm's way. He doesn't risk doing that. Could he lower his shoulder, do a couple more? But I think his overall football IQ, I think Josh Allen is a better overall athlete. I mean, you can
that's
say,
fair.
I think he could be a better. He's not. Yeah,
He's
I'll
six
stand
six.
by that.
What is that?
Yeah,
He's 6'7",
six
fucking
five,
2 okay,
six.
six
Yeah,
five,
yeah,
200 and whatever pounds, like,
yeah,
the dude's a monster, and he uses his body and his leverage very well.
yes,
But Bo does a great job using his mental
yep,
skills, being
hundred
able to
percent, dude.
he knows when to get rid of the ball,
Yep,
he turn over the ball very often.
and he's still obviously a stellar athlete,
Stud! Still a
stud.
stud when he
But
needs to get a remember when he scrambled to get that first down?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's an
well,
important play. So he knows when to put his body in harm's way when it matters, when he has to.
dude, and a good example of that too. Peyton fucking Manning, bro. Peyton Manning. Is he the most athletic dude? No. Yes, clearly, every single professional athlete. I don't care what sport you play, you have to have some sort of athleticism, coordination, all that fun stuff. But the truth of the matter is, dude, the guy's football IQ was more superior than his athleticism.
But
He
yeah.
knew where to put the ball. He was an offensive coordinator. He was a head coach out there, and he just put the ball where it needed to be.
Yep.
And that's
Totally.
just God, I feel for Bills fans, dude. I feel for Bills fans. I feel for Josh Allen. Did you see they fired their coach?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally couldn't care less about the Bills fans. I don't give a shit about Bills fans. But I do feel really bad for Josh Allen because I like Josh Allen. Like, I like
Yeah.
him as an individual. The franchise of Buffalo, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I feel bad for the Bears. I like the Bears,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
But,
was
like,
dude, did you see that game?
I watched it, dude. Caleb Williams, he had a chance, bro. He had a chance, and he throws that interception in
Yeah.
OT. What are you doing, buddy?
What yeah.
That was
That
another
was DJ Moore, though. I think that was more on DJ Moore, truthfully.
okay.
If
Well,
you
I
watch
didn't
the
analyze
play, he
okay.
put the ball pretty good spot, dude, and
Mm.
DJ Moore gave up on the route and didn't,
He
like,
didn't
cut
come
across
to
or
the
something,
ball.
and
Mm.
DJ Moore has been the biggest bust and overrated receiver. Aaron even said it, in our chat, and it was so spot on because it was like, dude, it's so true, and he demands the ball, he demands this. He's overrated. DJ Moore is overrated. Saying it again. I think Caleb Williams threw a pretty good ball. And dude, that did you see that 4th and 4 play where he threw that touchdown?
Yes, bro, where it was like basically he like ran back to the 50-yard line essentially.
Dude,
It was like a fadeaway jump shot
dude,
in
it
football.
was insane. I was
Yeah.
like watching it with my son, and my wife just got home, and she's trying to talk to me about her day and stuff, and I'm just like, "What?" I was like, "Holy shit!" And she's like, "Oh, okay, you're listening." I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, that was insane."
It was crazy
Dude,
play.
he scrambled backwards. All those guys around him, chucks up a perfect ball. I
Dude,
couldn't believe, dude,
talk about a Hail
Chicago.
Mary.
Yeah,
That's throwing up a Hail Mary.
dude,
Yeah.
that's like a turkey bowl. That's like turkey bowl shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It
mhm.
almost resembled like a college play where it's like a little
Yep,
sloppy,
yep,
but it's just like you just pure athleticism took over and he put it in a perfect spot. I'm not sure he even saw where the receiver was.
dude.
Maybe he was just trusting that he was going to be in that part of the end zone. I don't know,
I
but
mean, dude,
killer.
you know that those guys are putting in reps and reps and reps. I mean, he was a stud coming out of USC, dude. He
Yeah.
made plays. And I feel like that's just muscle memory at that point and just trusting it and just not thinking. And I saw this clip. He was at a dinner with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's talking about when they came down, came back from that Super Bowl against the Falcons, and they were down like 21-3 or so, whatever the score was. It was very similar to their comeback against Green Bay, and he was locked in to what Tom Brady was saying, and he was taking it all in. I had a lot of thoughts about Caleb Williams when he first came in the league. I mean, the man painted his fucking fingernails, and he's a little flamboyant, and it's like that's your quarterback, and then dude's a baller, bro. He's like Rodman of football. That's it.
I respect that actually. I
Totally,
respect that.
dude.
Yeah. No, I don't know
Yeah.
much about Caleb. I mean, I don't really pay attention to any other team other than the Broncos if we're being totally, transparent. You're obviously in it because you're a little gambler and you know everyone's damn stats. When we were
Dude,
arguing about fucking Stroud yesterday, I was like, dude, shut up, bro. I know more than you. I admittedly know nothing about football, so I shouldn't.
yeah, for some reason, you choose to argue with me with that, and that's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I usually win every argument, and so I thought I could muscle my way into that one.
um, I saw this clip about a bunch of Bears fans in Chicago going to get manis and petties and shit. Just
Oh
love
my
it. Oh, dude, it
god,
was so funny.
that's hilarious.
Dude, back to the Bills real quick. You saw John Harbaugh signed with the Giants for like 5 years, which
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah,
huge like for him. Like we knew he was gonna get swooped up immediately, but you got to think he wishes he would have held out for a little longer, and he could have taken the Bills
I
job, bro.
know,
Why
I
would it
know.
Giants or Bills?
Well,
Giant
it was a silly move to sign super quickly. I agree. I agree.
unless they were already like maybe they had
Well,
already figured it out or something. Because
here's my question. Here's my question. Is Harbaugh is he more of an offensive guy or is he more of a defensive guy? I don't know anything about him, to be
I
honest with you.
don't
Because here's why I ask is because we're losing Vance Joseph at the end of the year. Like, there's no
for
question.
sure, for sure.
The question is for like Vance Joseph, does he go to the Bills team and just beef up that defense, bro? I mean, that would be killer for them. They already got the offensive weapons. They've got Cooks, they've got Allen,
Nah,
like they've You don't think
Coo
so?
No, no, they that's another thing that I think hurt Buffalo is Cooks is, like, 80 years old. I mean, he's
Mhm,
been in the league forever. Gabe Davis, they picked back up. Love the guy, he's just not who he used to be. He just hasn't proven to be that stud receiver. I think, Shakir is actually a pretty stud and Keon Coleman, but, like, they don't really have a real dynamic, like, number 1 receiver, and you could argue that with Denver too. I mean, Courtland Sutton's obviously our guy, but I think, they spread the ball so much, and maybe that's just the way Josh Allen plays, and that's okay. But it's like, if you look at all these other teams that are it's like Courtland Sutton is our 3rd guy, 3rd 3rd down stud, dude. Like, when Bo's in trouble, he knows that he can rely on a big receiver. I mean,
mhm.
that's what you need. You need a Puka Puka Nacua. You need a,
Dude,
you know
Nakua last night was a stud, dude.
yeah, he's just a
He's a
monster,
stud,
dude.
bro, and they were showing highlights of his blocks too. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, he's just
He's
all
just
around a stud.
yeah, he's the coach's favorite
Yeah,
kind of player, bro. And that's why Sean McVay is so successful with his teams, bro, and they fucking believe because they like, "Hey, you gotta but you're not gonna just be a wide receiver. You're gonna have to block like crazy." And they all do their job, dude.
mhm,
It's do your fucking job.
yeah,
Do your fucking job.
yeah,
I think Buffalo needs to beef up that defense for sure. They also had injuries this year. Because at one point they did have a really solid defense. I mean, I think even in the beginning of the year they were ranked like top 3 or top 5 defense. Um, but defense wins championships, man. And how many times have you heard Bo? How many times have you heard, Peyton or any of the rest of the, players be like, dude, our defense stepped it up and that's why we won today.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's why, to a large degree, like, is as hard as it was to be like, "Bro, broke his ankle," and, like, that's a hard pill to swallow going into the AFC Championship. I believe in Stedham.
I do,
I
man.
believe in
I do.
Stedham, dude.
Me too.
I know might not be
We
the
might be
hottest
a
take
little
in the world.
homer. It
Well,
might
but here's the thing, okay? Everything that we saw in preseason was excellent. I mean, he played better than Bo in the preseason. Now, of course, it's the preseason. It doesn't mean a whole lot. People maybe aren't playing as hard. Maybe you're playing the 2nd or 3rd string or whatever. He was on point with his passes. He looked comfortable in the pocket, and all we need is him to be steady and not turn the ball over. He does that, we've got a shot, no
totally.
question, because we've got everything else. To your
Yep.
point, we've got, defenses win championships. We have the best defense in the league now with the Texans out. We've got the number 1 defense. Even with them there, we had the number 1 defense. It is what it is. But if Stedham can just be consistent, be confident, hit his open receivers, not panic in the pocket, bro, I'm not worried. I'm legitimately not worried about it.
I also I've been like thinking, like, okay, obviously we're a little discouraged. It was kind of a boner kill, you know, with with
Corner
fuck,
kill.
yeah, dude, a bow kill,
Yeah, bow kill.
bow nerd kill.
Yeah.
Um, 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 but then you really like take a step back and you think about the adversity our team has faced this whole season. And we've been the underdogs all year, dude. No one has believed in our team except us and the guys in that locker room, dude. And if you look at like number one now, we're like, if we were going into New England, I would be like a little more nervous for sure. But we're playing in our house, Mile High, and we're playing in front of our fans, AFC Championship. And not only that, but Wh what does Stidham have to lose? He doesn't have to lose anything, dude. He just needs to go out and, like you said, play conservative, but also he's a gunslinger,
He
dude.
can zing it, dude,
He
and
can throw the ball around, and he was arguing that he should have been the starter, and that's what you
what
want
I
from
like that.
I like that
I liked it
too.
when he said it. A
Yeah,
part of me was like, "No, I mean, good for you to say that, but no, you're not." But now I'm like, I'm so happy he has that mentality. And the other advantage that I don't think people are taking into consideration is
no
ho
film.
no film.
Yep,
How are you gonna plan for this guy?
yep,
What are you gonna show up with? Are you gonna show up and just rush him the whole time? He's been in
probably.
the league for 7 years. He's been with our team for 3. He knows
Mhm,
the system. What you don't
mhm.
think that Sean Payton isn't planning for that?
Right.
So, I honestly
And I
believe
trust
it.
Va I trust I'm so sorry, I keep
No,
cutting
it's
you
okay.
off.
No, you're fine.
Um, Mike Vrabel, great coach.
Yep.
I like the dude. I think it's a great story, him being a Patriot, won Super Bowls. He's awesome player as coach, all that. But fuck Boston, fuck the Patriots.
Yeah,
This is our
100%.
time. You guys can fuck off. Like, this is our time. And I think if you compare Sean Payton versus Mike Vrabel, sorry, dog. I think Payton's a better coach.
Totally.
And the whole locker room is behind Stidham. They all believe. Did you know that Stidham actually was Bo's backup at Auburn?
No, but I know that he was Tom Brady's backup at one point in New England.
Dude. So like,
Exactly,
I mean,
and filled in for him, and
yeah,
think about this, bro, this is another thing. When was the last time that we played the Patriots in the playoffs? When we had Brock Osweiler, our
right,
backup, beat
right.
their ass. So
I,
we've done it before.
I thought it was the playoffs when we did that, but Aaron confirmed that was a regular season
Damn it,
game.
I thought it
I'm
was
pretty
the
sure.
playoffs. Well,
I'm
whatever,
Yeah,
they're 0 and 4
totally.
against us at Mile High in the playoffs.
Dude, yes,
We own the
100%.
Patriots.
And that was
We
Tom
own them.
Brady, and that's against the greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm legit like as sad as I was and
We're gonna
like
get so many views from this podcast, but we're just shitting on the passive.
good. Good, dude. I'm
I'm
fucking
tagging Wilden in every single clip,
yeah, I
dude.
got a homie from work we can tag as well.
I love it.
um, but no, like truthfully, dude, and we're like 5.5 underdogs now, which you know what?
Haven't
Good.
haven't we been underdogs all year? Haven't they
Exactly.
always picked us as the fucking losing team all year long? Everyone's been saying it. The Broncos are the biggest frauds in the league. It's
Yeah.
all fake. They're never gonna make it. Yeah, well, we're in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Lick my nards.
Well, dude, and I feel like that's also going to give us an extra edge because, that's when they play better. Yeah, I feel like it's the games that we're
Good.
favored and the games that we're supposed to win, and we play down to their level. Like, what was it against the Chargers when all we had to, win, we had to win to get home field advantage or whatever. Given we didn't want to expose all our cards, we didn't want to show all of our, plays and stuff. We were kind of being conservative for the playoffs. But like, you got to think when it's just human nature, when you know that, like, dude, we're better than these guys. We just need to do this. We need to do that. It's like, we're supposed to win this game. That kind of probably gives you a more of a relaxed, like, mindset instead of being like, we're the underdogs. Oh, you guys don't think we can do this? Oh, we got a backup quarterback. Oh, that's fine. That's fair. Okay. That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
bro. This,
No, I like it. I mean, look, think about when Peyton Manning was like the man in 2015 or whatever. We had the number 1 offense. We
yeah,
were favored in
yeah,
every game, and we were favored to blow the Seahawks out, and we got our asses kicked.
yep,
So I'm happy
yep,
that the media doesn't like jock our nuts. I honestly do because I don't like the pressure on our team. I'd rather go in as the underdogs because
absolutely.
we have nothing. We have nothing to lose and everything to prove and we can play loose. And Stedham, dude, I have a feeling that Stedham is going to go out there and play with a fucking chip on his shoulder and show the world who he is. At the end of it all, whether he's, whether he, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the season, but I would imagine that he's going to play for a big contract next year. He's thinking
100%,
about this so that he can go be a starter on another team. And that's
100%.
go do it. Go
Yep,
do it. I'm team Stedham. I hope
yep.
he fucking plays so
Go
well.
get your bag, dude. You
Just like
deserve it.
Osweiler. Just like
Totally. Well,
Osweiler. Although
Osweiler is fucking
you
hilarious,
fucking
bro.
conned him, dude. You conned those fucking Texans, bro, because he went there, had a massive contract, and then just shit the bed.
Dude, and then went to Cleveland.
Oh, he
Was
did?
it I thought it was Cleveland that paid him, not the
I think
Texans.
it was the Texans. Look it up, homie. Jamie,
Alright.
look it up, dude. Look it up. I've been waiting to say that, bro. No, I'm almost positive it was the Texans, but I
I
could be wrong.
I thought it was the Browns.
I'm pretty sure it was Texans.
Oh, okay. So Brock Osweiler most notable contract was 4 years, $72 million,
Yeah,
$37 million guaranteed, signed with the Texans
yeah,
in March, so good call.
yeah.
Then he left and then struggled big time with the Texans, traded to Cleveland Browns in 2017. So he
Gotcha.
lasted 1 year, which shame on the Texans for just giving up on a quarterback after a year,
Isn't
dude.
that crazy?
That-
'Cause he was
and
tall, he had, like, the makings to be a good quarterback, he looked good in Denver, it could have very well just been the system that he was in, and what quarterback just goes into a brand new system and a brand new team and it crushes it?
Not only that, but I wonder, this is just from our point of view. And this is like just very well could just be a random rumor or anything like that. But I've heard behind the scenes he's kind of a drinker and
Hell
all and
yeah,
yeah, and it's
the
like
dog.
well, not if you're trying to fucking lead an organization, dude.
That's fair, that's
But
fair.
but, like, I've heard, like, some rowdy stories about him, which all these guys get after it, at some point, because I think that's probably what keeps them even keel. It's like, dude, you can't have the pressure of being a superstar. I mean, Tom Brady's just different, but that goes to show, bro, if you stay focused and you're focused 100% of the time, like 90% of the time, that's what you get with.
Yeah,
But so
I
you got to think like there's got to be if the guys don't look up to him, they don't respect him. He's not a good locker room guy. I mean, dude,
that's true.
that alone right there can like really like deflate your team. And they're like, dude, this guy's got a shitty. Look at Baker, bro. Look at
Look
Baker.
look at Russell Wilson.
Exactly. There you go. Name. He's got all the skills, all the talent, and nobody fucking likes him.
Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him. Dude,
Dude.
so hold on really quick, I wanna tell you this story while it's in my head. So you're talking about, um like, staying focused and everything. I know, go Broncos.
Yeah.
Staying focused or whatever, like, during the playoffs. So I follow Von Miller on social media,
Yeah. Yep.
and
Same.
he's talking about, like, during the championship run, right before
Hmm.
they played, like, the Carolina Panthers, he was getting lit after every game. He's like, "People would come to my house, we play poker." He's like, "I had about 300 people at my house after the AFC Championship." I'm like, "Dude, that's so gangster."
So I think if you do it a couple days after,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
because you got to. I mean, what do the coaches always say? Like celebrate and then like let's get back to work. A couple days. But like even then, bro, these guys wilding out more than you would think for sure. But like they probably have been doing it for so long and they know they're in such good shape. They're in such like they're just different than normal human beings that they're able to just and and there's more that has come out like Derek Wolf has spoke to it. Calvin Johnson has spoke to it. These guys like Calvin Johnson admits smoking weed during games. Derek Wolf admits doing that plus mushrooms plus other shit. And it's like you gotta kind of just gotta take a step back and it's like maybe this is us being older now because these guys used to be our heroes and still heroes, right? But as a young kid, you look up to these guys and you're like, these guys are straight edge. They all they go do is play football. They got to do this. But then when you grow up and you kind of learn about life a little bit, and then what it takes to have a family and be a man, and like the amount of pressure that is on your shoulders to be the top of your class at an organization, just like any kind of senior level job, it's exhausting. So no wonder that's why you hear about CEOs having fucking crazy fucking brothels and sex addictions and fucking
chicks
all this.
kicking them in the dicks and fucking tying 'em
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
I agree, but I think some people are just built different and can, like, go out and have a good time and then still show
Yeah.
up. I can't.
Rodman, bro.
Yeah,
Rodman.
Rodman's a great example.
Yeah. Remember
Yeah,
during that fucking
it
championship run for
I know,
the Bulls, dude? They had to go get his ass in Vegas
I
because
know.
he was just like, "Coach, I gotta go." It's like, "You'll get it out of your system." Comes back, crushes it, dude. When I was working at DoubleTree Hotel, the Nuggets were in the playoffs. I think I've told you this story, but the Nuggets were in the playoffs, and Birdman. I was bartending a wedding that night, and the Nuggets played the next day and Birdman showed up, got fucking rowdy, got lit, had a great time, and then he ends up like getting like 4 blocks or 3 blocks the next night, produced, played well, and you're just like, dude, if that was me, hell to
No,
the nah.
bro,
Hell to the nah.
if I don't get enough sleep,
Yeah.
don't talk to me.
Mhm.
Like, I'm that kind of person.
But
I
these guys
have
are
to be
also in their
Friday.
20s, dude, if you think
That's
about it.
true. That's
You
true.
know what I
That's true.
mean?
That's true. That's true.
Because
It's
in
much
our
different.
20s, it is
It's much
much
different.
different.
It's much different. It's much different these days because it's like I, like, get anxiety just thinking about having a drink at this
Totally.
age. You know what I mean?
100%.
And,
Yeah.
like, when I was younger, it was like, dude, I was getting drunk before going to school in high school. Dude, dead ass. I remember, I'll tell the story, I don't give a shit. I remember I don't know where I got this bottle of, like, 99 bananas, which is,
Oh
like,
my
basically, like,
god.
99 proof.
Yeah.
I had a whole bottle, and I was like, "Dude, fuck yeah," and my first period class was racket sports, and so I would get hammered and go play racket sports. You know, it was like fucking pickleball and tennis, and I was hammered the whole time. And then come, like, 3rd period, I was like, I'm wrecked. I gotta go get
Yeah.
more of this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
well,
but then it was told I could, like, get over it. It was no
yeah.
problem.
You
It was
bounce
no
back
problem. And
easy.
now it's like, just
No.
our golf trip alone, dude, I'm like, I'm not still recovering, but it definitely took, like, 3 or 4 days for me to get back
Dude,
on my
100
schedule.
100%. Like, even it's so funny, man, because like, and we'll obviously, save this for the next pod, but for our GRC pod, but I just if I got the amount of sleep that I did in Arizona with everything that we were doing, all that, if I did that at home, I would have to call into work or I would just be useless. Like,
Totally.
the fact that we were up till 2, 3 a.m. and then up at 7 to golf and just be like, "Let's go." And it's like, that no way, dude. There's no way. So there's probably that in their lives too, is like, "Dude, I'm fine. I'm fucking hype. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go play some football."
Yeah.
They have the best facilities. They have the best, like, recovery treatment, like, do the IVs, do this, and you like yeah, and they're
Yeah.
in their 20s, and they're
I
at the
know.
top of their class, bro, and if you think about it, they probably their tolerance alone,
Well, yeah.
it you know what I mean? Like, these are big boys. These are athletes, like, 2, 3 drinks to me and you that I mean, but at the same time, I could argue that that would mess you up more when you're in better shape, but at the same time, it's like, I don't
Well,
know.
I think you hit it right on the head. They've got the recovery center. Like, they could literally just go in and be like, "Hey, give me an IV."
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't get that luxury,
Yeah, and
you
these
know?
guys, these, coaches, the staff, they are not idiots. These are
Of course.
these are grown men, highest level of athletes that put like, play football, which is a fucking gladiator sport if you really think about it. And not only that, but they're also like, they know that these guys are in their prime. They got money. They're gonna want to have fun. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? If I was a professional athlete, I don't know. I don't know. Would I be the Derek Jeters of the world, or would I be, the Rodmans of the world?
Well,
I don't know.
that's a really good point. I think the only thing that would keep me from being like the Kobes, where you wake up at 4 o'clock and you're in the gym by 5 and you're practicing all day, is females. Straight up, dude. Like, if I
Totally,
thought I was gonna go to a new city and have, like, a new chick to hook up with,
totally.
that would be a hell of a motivator for me to
Hell
stay up
yeah,
all night. You know what I
dude.
mean? Like, it
You're like
really
you'd be like, man, this lifestyle is sick. How
yeah.
do I keep this?
100%, but if
How
you're
do I?
wifed up and you have kids, at that point, I think it's a no-brainer. But
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't
when
know,
NDAs come involved, bro.
what does?
That's why NDAs. You think LeBron isn't
No,
handing out
I
NDAs?
I meant from a pure moral perspective. I'm not
Oh,
saying
for sure.
LeBron James has any fucking sort of moral standard. I don't know what the
Yeah,
guy does.
yeah,
What I'm saying is like, if I was in a relationship, if I had a wife with kids, then I would
totally.
be much more disciplined to be, focused on my craft rather than going out.
And I
Because I'm not like a
100%.
party guy. I'm not a party guy, but who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah,
I still like to
yeah.
have a good time.
You are a party guy, dude. What are you talking about, bro?
No, I'm not really a party guy, but,
Well,
I know
yeah.
you gotta go here in a minute. So, is there anything else you want to touch on?
Uh, no, I'm just hyped, man. I'm hyped for this game. Hyped for I'm hyped for I'm still recovering from Arizona.
Really?
Just well, I mean, yes and no. I think I had so much fun, dude, and it was like such good like it was a really good disconnect, and just
Yeah.
I think no matter what is going on in anyone's life, I think it's good to take boys trips, girls trips, and just have that time to spend with your friends. And I think it couldn't have come at a better time for me. But the problem with that comes with it is like, dude, I was so consistent in the gym. I was doing so good with my fitness, so good with my diet, my sleep. And then you know, beat your body up for 4 days and you're having a great time. And I just paid for it, dude, you know? And that's the only thing that, but like, it just goes to show, bro, like, if you do that to your body for 4 days, it's not like you can just come back and be like, "All right, I'm gonna hit the gym." Like, yeah, that sounds good. It would be nice, but you're like, "Dude, I need to catch up on sleep.
Yeah.
I got work. I gotta get back to normal life." And it's like your routine just flip flops. And so, yeah, it took me like a week just to catch up on sleep, and then I finally like started to hit it heavy like after like 4 days. But even then, my strength isn't the same. My endurance is not the same. My anxiety was shit when I got back. Like I was stressed out all week
Yeah, but you
over
come back
nothing.
to you come back to, like, a lot more than I do. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
can you know what I mean? Like, I can come back and be like, "Okay, I need a day to just, like, let the dust settle," and then the rest of and then, maybe food prep, and then the next day, it's kinda like, "Alright, back at it." Without going into any detail, you're juggling this and that and that and this and that, and then there's so much hectic crap that you're having to deal with at this particular point in your life that, like, how could you just come back and be able to find, like, that routine? Like, there's no way.
That's true.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
But you handled it really well, dude. Like, I think it's just a matter of, like, taking it one day at a time, try to be, you know, intentional with, everything that you do, whether it's the food that you eat or maybe you're just going on a walk or a run or getting sun in your eyes or grounding or just being present with the fam.
Yep. Well, it's back to the lab, bro.
It's
That's what
back to
it
the lab.
is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
back to the fucking drawing board,
Yeah.
bro. It's literally like, okay, if it wasn't I recap what I was like I journal. Obviously, I write down all my workouts in our journal. I write down all my stuff of like, okay, dude, and just recapping that and refilling that using my Apple Watch to see. It's like, damn. And then I'm like, damn, you know what? This period, I was not that stressed out. And then I'm like, "Oh," all of a sudden and then I look at my, like, Apple Watch and I look at, like, my fitness and I'm like, "Oh, you missed 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row? Oh, and then you were stressed out this week? Wonder why, dude. Wonder why." It's just so funny to, like, look back and be like, "Yeah, no wonder, bitch."
Yeah, but you do know. It's not a you're not even wondering, you know exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It'd be nice to do like a golf trip that doesn't involve getting fucked up, but, I mean,
Yeah, but what fun is that?
how do we do that? Like, especially at a casino,
Richie.
dude, especially at a casino. Like,
Yeah,
here would be, like, my ideal situation on a golf trip, okay? I'm just gonna use Austin as an example because it's the only city that comes to mind.
uh
Go golfing first thing in the morning, and in the
mhm,
evening, you do something like paintball or,
yeah.
like, something that's, like, active, but you don't need to get
Mm,
drunk doing. You
totally.
see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of
Totally.
cool shit in Austin. Maybe going to, like, a comedy club or something like that. I don't know, just something along those lines, but being a little bit more intentional with what you're doing in the evening because, I mean, look, it was GRC, we knew what we were getting ourselves
Yep.
into, and we're on a casino resort, so it's like
It's an annual trip.
it's an annual trip, but
Yep.
again, like, the whole thing is like, we are there is gambling, the whole crew is gambling, there's 52 dudes that are down there having a good time. You're not gonna go piss off in Phoenix and go do your own thing, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna
Totally.
go be with the boys,
Like the Fiesta Bowl.
like the Fiesta Bowl, which we'll get into on Friday, so if you're listening, please stay tuned on Friday. Actually, won't come out till next week, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But no, it's
But do you see
I
what I'm
was
saying, though?
dude, I legit was thinking about trying to schedule like a massage. And like I was like, dude, did they have a sauna? Like Richie asked me, like, dude, are you gonna hit the gym while you're there? Cause, you know, it's just so crucial. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try. No. Didn't hit the gym
Like,
once.
when do you have time to do that, though?
That's the thing. Is like if anything out I mean, Eric, you know, bless his heart.
Yeah, but he went to bed early and got up early. You and I
Yeah.
were having therapy sessions at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which
Like,
was needed, which was
dude,
needed.
as good of a wor it was just as beneficial as any workout I've ever had,
Totally.
if not the
Dude,
better.
I'm listening to, this podcast right now, Huberman, and, he's got this guy on, Terry, uh, who's his name? Oh, damn it. Uh, oh, damn it, Bobby.
Terry, back up, Terry. Terry, back up, Terry. What are you doing, Terry?
dude, that was comedy.
I love it.
Terry Real. He's like a therapist, best-selling author, expert on male emotional health and how
Nice.
men can build skills for healthy relate. I mean, dude, I was like, it was what I was listening to when I was on my walk last night, and it was like so. It's like this was something that when I struggled with depression and after I lost my job and I was like really just lost my confidence and all this. He talks about you need a fraternity, you need that you need that time away from normal life and spend time with your boys and friendships and other men and other people. And it's like, dude, there's so much truth behind that because, when you're in your day to day, you're married, whatever your life situation is, you're married, you're single, whatever, and you have your day to day grind, you do this, you do that. It's so easy to get wrapped up in that and be isolated and you kind of shelter yourself. You're like, no, I can't go do this because, I mean, dude, I can't tell you how impactful it was just grabbing lunch with one of the homies, going and get a workout with one of the homies. And it's like that alone, dude. Just even if you guys don't even talk about the shit you're going through, just fucking bullshit and
Yeah,
being a silly fuck. Like that's
yeah,
all we need. That's me personally. Like,
yeah. But you also just you need to get out of the house, bro. You're at home all
yeah,
day long, dude.
yeah, working
You
from
know what I mean?
home can get you.
It's the worst. I hate it.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
I almost didn't wanna do the podcast today because I wanted to go work from Starbucks.
Totally,
You know what I
totally.
mean? Just, like, get out, like, I just don't wanna be here right now. It's not that I don't love being home, it's just it's like cabin fever.
Dude, I I have to, um I physically make myself go and work at a coffee shop. I try like 2, 3 times a
Yeah.
week if I can, and then that also is hard with, customer facing meetings and stuff like that. If it's just like juggling that, so I've, definitely thought about, like, renting out an office space or something. Um,
And you
I'm
expense it?
I'm sure I could.
You totally could, right?
I'm sure I could. So, I don't know. I
Dude,
think
you
this
should, and then let me use it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. We'll just expense it on a temp fee, bro. Just add it to the
No,
fucking
we
write-off.
can't.
No,
We're
I'm just
done with the
kidding.
write-offs, bro. No, I'm really excited to kinda share some ideas with you on the next product, but I wanna do it in person. I wanna kinda, like, build it up and bounce ideas off of it, but I think the approach that I'm thinking about, is something that we've kind of talked about, but, yeah. So, at some point, it doesn't have to be this week or anything. I'm just working on, like, the layout of the journal, but I wanna talk to you about kinda what I'm building it around, if that
Fuck
makes
yeah.
sense. So, I
Yeah.
think I think you'll fuck with it. I think you'll really appreciate it just based on what you just said, so,
Love it.
yeah.
I love it,
So
man. No, we have a lot of good ideas, a lot of good ways of I don't know, man. I've thought about, the direction of our company and the direction of our message that I'm trying to portray, and I think it's from an overall, we want just to spread the life of positivity and overall happiness and everything like that, and obviously I think that can reach a lot of folks, but I don't know, man. I think our specific strengths are guys, man, guys that
well, it's yeah, it's
you
people
know
like
what I
us,
mean.
bro.
It's people like us,
Yeah.
man, and it's like, yeah,
But I will say, out of the last few sales we've gotten,
females.
females, bro.
Hell yeah, ladies.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you,
ladies. Shout out to
thank
the
you.
ladies.
Yeah.
I knew I was a ladies man. I knew it, man.
Well, I mean, dude, it's it's a real thing, and I think funny thing about our nootropic product is I think it's just people, it's a niche line, right? It's a people just need educated. I mean, truthfully, when you and I first started this, I was like, nootropic sounds cool, dude. Let's do it. And I really wasn't like as I was bought in, obviously, but I really didn't know,
I didn't know
the
either, bro.
yeah, I didn't know
I
the
was
benefits that really come with it, and
well, I don't
there
know,
is.
man. I could go in for days about what I regret, but at the same time, it's almost kinda like I'm glad that we started with the nootropics because I learned everything on how what we shouldn't do and, like, how not to think about a product, and now I'm really, like, refocusing on, like, what a good product actually does and what it means and how to think about it. I was looking at it from a perspective of, like, "Oh, it's new, and so, like, people have never seen this before,
Right.
and they'll love it, and, it'll go viral on TikTok." And that's not how we should be thinking about it. It should just be like pure value driven. What does the customer get out of it? I know that seems really like, well, duh. Well, duh. I have an MBA. I should have thought about this a little bit more clear, but you don't know until you go through the motions. And then, like, I'm not
Yeah.
pointing any fingers, but I do think I got a little bit of bad advice. And I kind of jumped the gun on these nootropics, but we're in the position we're in. I believe in him. I don't wanna move away from him. I'm
Mhm.
obviously, sold on making sure that, like, this fits in, like, in conjunction with our next product, which I think it will very well. Uh, but it is what
Not
it is.
only that, but everyone I've talked to that has ordered it and have be like, "Dude, I enjoy it way better than drinking, energy drinks or even another cup of coffee or just replacing it with a stimulant." Because I mean, you and I both know, like, I'm sensitive as fuck to caffeine, and I've had to tread lightly with all that stuff. And there's no like down time afterwards. You're not like feeling the, it's like boom, and it's like, "Oh, right," and you're just locked in, man. I feel like it's personally, just from what I've my personal, experience from it, it seems like it's like a healthy, healthy, healthy Adderall.
Totally.
Like, it's like
Well,
that's my
the
thoughts.
only challenge that I'm having with it is that nobody knows what a nootropic is.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
go to the gym and talk to 10 people and be like, "Hey, like, what's a nootropic?"
Right.
I bet you 7 or 8 people won't know.
Totally. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like an educational thing. It's not that the product doesn't work. I love the product. I
Yeah.
love the product. I think it is wonderful. I genuinely stand behind it.
Yeah. Me too.
It's just the education piece. You know what I mean? And then not only that, but it's like, what are we competing against? Caffeine.
Right.
That's like the
Yep.
most addictive drug in the world, that and nicotine.
Well, this is a natural nootropic.
Yeah. Totally.
It's legit a nootropic.
Yeah.
So if people can just wrap their heads around, okay, can I do a nootropic without having to do nicotine? I mean, I'm I'm addicted to nicotine just like a bunch of bros are, but I mean females too. But it's like, dude, I want to cut down on them. I
Yeah.
do, and I'm going to.
Right.
And when do that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna substitute that with nootropic. Plain
Totally.
and simple, dude. It's just a
Totally.
natural, cleaner, less jittery, less feeling like, yeah. So, no, I love
Um,
it, man. I love
good.
it.
Well, good stuff, dude. Hit me up later this week
Yeah.
and let's find time to connect around the intent fest stuff. If not, no big deal, dude. I know you got a lot of shit on your plate, so maybe we just hang out this weekend or something like that. I don't know if the wifey's got
Bronco
plans.
game. We're gonna go watch a Bronco game on Sunday.
Yeah,
So,
where are we going?
I don't know. I don't know if I should
Let's go to a
host the
Patriots bar, bro, and just burn the fucking place down, dude. Let's piss a bunch of people from Boston off. Fuck.
dude.
Remember Ben? Fuck Boston. Fuck clam chowder.
Actually, that's a really good idea, bro. Is just crash a
We
I don't even
should.
know if they have a Patriots
We
bar, but yeah,
Yeah,
that
well, there's gotta be some sort of, like, Patriots, like, meetup or something like that, but we should you, me, we should get, like, the biggest homies. We should bring Alex
yeah.
and fucking Drake, bro. Just get the biggest homies we got
So
and
you're
just,
trying to get a shot is what you're doing.
They'll get shot. You and I are fine. People like us. Like, I'm short as shit. No one's gonna they'll, like, say something mean to me, but they'll fight somebody else. Yeah, they're not gonna aim down. 100% they're not gonna aim down, dude. They're gonna aim straight. It's gonna whiz over my head.
Oh, shit, dude.
Ah, shit. Alright,
Alright.
doggy. Uh,
Alright, bro.
I'll see you Friday.
I'll see you Friday. Deuces. Go Broncos.